So I get questions sometimes. How do I do my hair? Sometimes people ask me, so I'm gonna show you guys. I use Jergens, usually the one with the green on it. I don't have it right now. I'm gonna show you. Just a bunch of lotion, and I'll just stuff it in my hair. I lay it back first, see, and make sure that it's really nice and oiled up. Then I just start cutting it little by little. Boom, 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 and boom, done. I could fix it more, but and then I just add texture spray. 5 minutes, not even. How long was that? 5 seconds, and boom, we're done.
Lack of focus, stop more.
Ryan Garcia, it is bulk season. It appears Ryan Garcia is bulking. In a brand new leaked video, Ryan Garcia, he showed his current weight ahead of the Devin Haney fight, 420. Definitely looking forward to the Haney versus Garcia fight. I think it's a very good fight. For me, I know that they've announced Anthony Joshua, meet with me, versus Francis Ngannou. I know Fury versus Usyk, but I don't know. Haney Garcia is one very interesting to me. I think because it's a barometer. We watched Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia. So seeing Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia, plus knowing that the two have 6 fights as amateurs, that's kind of what is intriguing to me, because this is going to be a stalemate. I mean, I can't think of another story in boxing off the top of my head where 2 known fighters with 2 profiles fought 6 times as amateurs, split them 3 fights apiece, and they're rematching as a pro, and their pro fight will be the tiebreaker. I mean, if you guys can think of that, I know I could think of a lot of fights where people fought as amateurs and then later fought as pros. I could think of that, like Shane Mosley versus the late Vernon Forrest, right? So I could think of fights like that where it's happened, but I'm talking about if you could name a fight where they fought 6 times or more, and then they won an equal amount of fights, I'd definitely be interested in hearing that. But Ego Weight Watchers, aka where I give you a look into the fighter lifestyle, before, after, and progress picks, especially when there's an upcoming fight. I just told you, are you listening? 420 WBC champion Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Judgment Day, the tiebreaker. Often imitated, never duplicated. Ego Weight Watchers, let's get it. So I like to review, see what type of fight shape the people are in. Now, this is about 9.5 weeks until the actual fight. As of me recording this video, they haven't even announced the press conference or the press tour or anything like that as of this video. So we still have some time, because I know personally some fights and some fighters that they don't even really get into camp for real until the press tour is already concluded. They wait for the press tour, and then when that ends, they get into camp, right? That's kind of like a stopping point for, the eating out or whatever they're doing. And then the press tour makes it real. Some people, there's probably some that are just disciplined, staying in shape throughout. So they haven't done the press conference yet. I'm actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually a bit I'm wondering why they haven't announced the press conference as of right now. Usually, when we got Keith, PBC, I know it's a different company, but when PBC announced the fight with Keith Thurman and Tim Tszyu, and Rolly versus Pitbull, literally after they announced it, I got an email from PBC very shortly after, like days after. And then the next week, and the email was saying, hey, you want to go to the press conference? But it was in Los Angeles. I'm in the Bay Area, right? But nonetheless, the very next week after the fight was announced, Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman, Rolly, and Pitbull, they had a press conference. But, you know, oddly, Super Bowl weekend, they chose to go live, maybe because there was a bunch of media in town and stuff like that, but they chose to go live and came out with one flyer announcing the fight between Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. But I haven't, as of me recording this video, haven't heard anything about like the press tour. And this is a fight that deserves like the full treatment. So I hope they got behind the scenes, like hope they do a face off, you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm into that. I understand for the companies it's extra money, but I think to make, like Ryan, he does a great job of branding himself. But to make some of these other guys stars and stuff, you want to see them behind the scenes, get a feel for their personality. Some of these boxers are really funny, real down to earth, but the problem is they're like shy or they don't like media or whatever, and you know, people don't get to see. Because I know boxers that you wouldn't even, I promise you, some of these fighters that I know, their demeanor on TV and what you see is like, that's not how they act in like real life. Like they're cool, like down to earth, making jokes and stuff and, you know, things like that. But I wish more people would do like Ryan Garcia, even Jake Paul. I think Jake Paul's different though, because Jake Paul came in the game as a actor, YouTuber, been on Disney. So he kind of already understood that. He already understood the marketing and things like that. Ryan Garcia does a great job of marketing himself as well. Now, anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked. Back to it. Ego Weight Watchers, subscribe to the channel, throw a like on the video. Ryan looks like he's bulking up. Boom. I've seen Ryan throughout his career. He's definitely maturing and he looks like he's put on extra weight. Him leaving lightweight, it looks like now at this point he needed to. But here's the thing, because there's a lot of idiots that talk on the mic and cover boxing. So the reality is, I see all kinds of opinions, you know, some people on Twitter, X, whatever we're calling it, Instagram. I'm popular on all platforms, so I get to see it. I get an overflow. I don't watch these things. I don't watch like YouTube boxing videos and, you know, people's opinions and stuff like that. Variety of reasons for that. But what I notice is I get an overflow what people say, or like I'm on Twitter, on my timeline, I see some of the comments. And like I'm on X the other day and there's people talking about this fight, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, and what they're doing, they're saying stuff to the effect of Ryan Garcia, this version of him is better than the version that Tank fought. But my thing is this, based on what? What is that even based? Like, yeah. What is that based on? Please, somebody let me know in the comment section. What is that based on? Like, Tank fought an undefeated Ryan Garcia. He was undefeated. It's always going to be harder to take somebody's O in any sport. Like, if Michael Jordan did 6 playoffs and he got 6 rings, and then let's say he played another year and he went to the finals a 7th time. This man doesn't know how to lose the finals. So you're going to have a supreme and hard to beat Michael Jordan because he doesn't know how to lose. You have to teach someone. Like, look at Mayweather, Canelo, people try to come up with a million excuses. Oh, Canelo was green. Canelo was young. Well, he should have stayed his green, sat home, because he was the one calling out Mayweather and he got beat up. But Floyd took the man's O. He took Ricky Hatton's O. That's always going to be harder to do. Like, yes, Pacquiao knocked him out in fewer rounds and this, that, and the third. But Floyd took his O. That's always harder. Like, we don't even know. Like, was Ricky Hatton, he got knocked out by both. Floyd Mayweather was the one that took the undefeated Ricky Hatton on. So do we know that psychologically and mentally that he was up for the Pacquiao fight? That's why I don't understand when people, and it drives me absolutely insane when people come up with these weird narratives and like triangle theories and stuff about, oh, but Pacquiao knocked him out sooner. Yeah, but he also got the version of Hatton that was no longer undefeated after Floyd had already beat him. Now, you can fantasize and speculate as to if Pacquiao fought the undefeated Ricky Hatton, would it have looked exactly the same? But truthfully, no matter what you say, it's just an opinion because that's not how it played out. For example, there's a lot of people that made a big deal about Jaime Munguia knocked out John Ryder, but Canelo couldn't. But then you got to tell the whole story. Jaime Munguia also fought John Ryder directly off the Canelo loss, and Canelo like broke his nose in the fight and clearly won the fight. You see what I'm saying? So Munguia is getting a version of John Ryder who was in front of 50,000 of Canelo's fans, and he was busted and bloodied up. Maybe that was his last hurrah. Maybe Canelo took it out. So it's like, I can't. Shout out to Jaime Munguia. You stopped him. Good job. But I can't have all the details and then act like I don't have the details and not compute all the data points that I know. John Ryder was off of a loss when Jaime Munguia fought him. So I'm not going to overdo it and overhype the fact that Munguia stopped him and Canelo didn't. You know what I mean? It's silly, right? So back to Ryan Garcia. When it comes to this, Ryan Garcia is new and improved. People are just basing it on a catch weight. They're basing it on, whatever, rehydration clause or whatever. But Ryan was a career lightweight. And you can't look at him now and say, oh, see, look, he's more healthy. And he knows he moved to 140. He could have just been eating and not watching what he was eating. He didn't look this big before the Tank fight. Does that make sense? He definitely didn't look this size before the Tank fight. So now that he's already had a fight at 140 against Oscar Duarte, and now he's already officially moved up, yeah, now he's putting on weight because it's less of a cut. Like, he could walk around at whatever, let's say I'm just making up, I don't know his actual weight, but let's say he's walking around at 158. Maybe if he was fighting at 135 still, maybe he would leverage that. But now he knows he has some cushion, some wiggle room. It's very simple stuff. That's how I could tell that a lot of even like content creators that talk boxing, they've never really been like in boxing gyms where it's hot and sweaty and it smells like leather and sweat and stuff like that. They never really like was in the field for real. And I'm not talking about like a media day or something. I'm talking about like in the actual boxing gym, because you'll know certain things, patterns and different things fighters do. So again, Ryan Garcia, who's to say that the version, it's such a reach to try to, I guess, make Devin Haney, who's the favorite, I guess, make it look more incredulous if he beats Ryan Garcia. You know what I mean? To say that this version of Ryan is better, what is that even based on? Ryan has had one fight in a new division. He's never been a champion, and we don't really know how. It's not like Ryan got 5 fights at 140 pounds. That being said, he's definitely bulked up. You could tell he's put on muscle. I am curious. I think Ryan Garcia, he has a shocking left hook. That's his money punch. Similar to David Tua, similar to Nonito Donaire. His left hook is money, right? He got a great left hook. So I'm real curious to see with this added size Ryan, you know, he's going to have to start going in the other direction, but he has probably about 9.5 weeks, like I said earlier in this video. Very anxious to see how Ryan Garcia, you know, gets to his destination. But you guys could tell from these pictures, he's definitely bulking up for whatever reason. Maybe it gives him the better advantage. Now, I haven't looked this up. At the moment, as of me recording this video, I haven't looked it up. But one thing I'm very interested in is the fact that Devin Haney fighting Ryan Garcia. Ryan looks a little bit taller, as you guys can see. I'm looking it up. So here's the thing. Devin Haney's listed at 5'8" with a 72-inch reach, right? The interesting thing here is, again, Ryan Garcia has power. And then I looked it up right now. Ryan Garcia's reach is 70 inches. So that's not that significant. It's like 1 inch on each arm, right? And Ryan Garcia is listed at 5'8.5". Ryan does look taller than Devin Haney, just by a little bit. But even when they were amateurs, he looks a little bit taller. So I think that's another very interesting statistic, is the fact that Devin Haney is a little bit, just a hair shorter than Ryan Garcia. Ryan is bulking up and he has this power and he has similar arm reach, because whatever Regis Prograis' reach is, I know for a fact it's probably not close to Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia. Regis looks short. Like, I mean, in fact, I was next to Regis. He's not the tallest guy, right? He's not the tallest guy. So I'm very curious about the stats. Regis Prograis' reach is 67, right? So yeah, just as I suspected. Now they say he's 5'8". He's not 5'8". Somebody's height is off, because I seen him next to Devin Haney live and they weren't the same height. See, look, does this look like they the same exact height? They're not. Devin Haney's clearly taller, right? So I'm interested, based on the fact that Ryan Garcia is bulking up, based on the fact that Ryan has history and he has a lot of power, you know? And the danger for Ryan is Devin is super disciplined. Ryan Garcia looks like, I mean, he's doing tutorials. You guys seen the beginning of this video. He's doing tutorials about how to style your hair with lotion. Now, I mean, I'm not even going to get into the actual tip, the life hack. I haven't personally, I haven't heard of that. I haven't heard of people putting lotion in their hair, but hey, to each his own. You know, if you want that Ryan Garcia, you know, the Clark Kent special or whatever he got, whatever, use whatever he said, Curel, Jergens, put some lotion in yours. But I've seen Ryan and it looks like there's been some drinks around. We'll just leave it at that. I've seen some videos of him recently. It looks like there's been some alcohol around. Ryan Garcia looks big. Like Devin Haney in his recent workout videos, he don't look quite as big. But again, I'm not going to jump the gun, because Ryan Garcia has plenty of time to get in shape, and he don't look like sloppy. You see what I'm saying? Like he just looks bigger than we've seen him, but he don't look sloppy, which is good. So if he enters the camp in this shape, that's good. He's going to have to do a lot of things right to beat Devin Haney, because Devin Haney is a class boxer. So all in all, I'm looking forward to a very good fight. Let me know what you guys think. Ryan Garcia definitely bulking up, putting on really some additional size. Will it help him or hurt him? Now, Ryan's going to want to maintain his speed. That's what he's known for, nicknamed the Flash. And I don't see that being a problem. Now, one thing that I was also thinking about when it comes to this fight, because I really be breaking down the fight, especially when I want to see the fight. Devin and Ryan came out guns blazing versus Tank in the second round. I wonder how Devin would handle that type of Ryan Garcia, that ambush style that he came for. Because we know Devin could box. But I'm just curious. I don't know. It's an interesting fight. So I'm just curious how he would handle that. We seen Tank, he was shorter, so he had to like kind of cover up, take some steps back, use his timing, use his brain, keep his guard up, and he kind of let Ryan blow his wad, pause, and then he countered him and he sat him down. And some people are capped and they try to give Ryan Garcia the round, but how do you give Ryan the round 2 when Tank sat him down? That's a 10-8 round. It was not nothing crazy. Like, he didn't do anything crazy enough to the point where you could have scored that a 9-9 round or something like that. That was foolish. But again, you know how old media be doing it. But nonetheless, Ryan Garcia, he's looking like he's putting on some muscle mass. Will it help him? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z and Ego Weight Watchers.